Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them gain big profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them gain big profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them gain their profits while I'm still in my same big profit. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Him make profit. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? They make profit. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? They make profit. That TTG money gang. They making profit. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, boys and girls? How's everybody doing today? It's another fantastic day inside True Trading Group. A 99% gain on Tesla put options, or maybe 100. 99 or 100% gain on Tesla put options. Like a 75% gain on Coinbase put options. Fantastic day for members inside of chat, and the fun is just beginning. First Republic Bank earnings are out. If you guys don't know what First Republic Bank is, this is the small regional bank that everybody was fearful was going to go under. This was the one that JP Morgan had to get involved with, got all the other major banks involved, and they all put billions and billions of dollars in deposits into the bank to stabilize the withdrawals that they were experiencing. This was the one everybody was nervous about. They said, there's going to be another bank to fail. It's going to be First Republic. Well, that company just reported earnings, and folks, going out of business, it sure don't look like it. They actually beat their earnings. Here we have it, $1.23 earnings per share versus expectations of 85 cents. They beat on sales, 1.2 billion versus 1.15 billion were the expectations. So these are beats across the board for First Republic. But the earnings is not necessarily what everybody wants to know about. When it comes to First Republic, you have to think of it this way. Q1 earnings factors in January, February, and March. When did the Silicon Valley Bank situation happen? The middle of March. So you really only got 2 weeks or so of the aftermath of the banking crisis being factored into Q1 earnings. Okay, so what you are seeing now coming out from the company, let me read you a couple of comments coming from them. Their net interest income is down 19.4%. The company says with recent industry events beginning in March have impacted the bank's funding sources. First Republic says with closure of several banks in March, we experienced unprecedented deposit outflows. First Republic total deposits were down 1.7% from 2022. They expect to reduce its workforce by approximately 20 to 25% in the second quarter. All of this is coming out here now from First Republic. It's not a matter of people saying, well, why is the stock trading to the downside if the earnings were actually a beat? It's not the earnings themselves. It's what the company is saying about the impact on their funding sources, the impact on their net interest income because of all the deposits that left the bank in the wake of the Silicon Valley crisis that happened back in March. This was the bank that everybody was scared of. This was the bank everyone thought was going to go under. From what we're seeing right now on these earnings, certainly does not seem like this bank is in danger of going under, but we'll have to wait and see what happens when the company comes out and gives their conference call and the CEO and the CFO, they go through and they talk about this. But these are statements that have been issued, and these are statements that are part of those earnings, and the stock is starting to try and stabilize. It had a huge green day today. The stock was trading significantly higher, and now that stock is dropped off from those highs, but you're still above where you closed on Friday. So the stock had a huge rally today. You've basically just given that rally back, and the stock is trying to now stabilize down here in the 14s. All right. So that's the big earnings that everybody was waiting for here today. First Republic Bank, that's what you've got. That's what the earnings. Okay. That's what the earnings that just came out here, guys, for First Republic. All right. And this starts off what is going to be an absolutely massive week for earnings. First Republic, not a huge company. The reason why First Republic matters is because it was the bank that everybody thought was in danger of going under. Tomorrow is when the real fun begins. Tomorrow is when you're going to get Microsoft. You're going to get Alphabet. You're getting Visa, Pepsi, and McDonald's. Some of the biggest companies in the world are giving you the earnings tomorrow. It's the start of mega cap tech with Microsoft and Alphabet, with Meta and Amazon to follow right behind it. So the real fun really starts to begin tomorrow. We have to make sure that we prepare, that we plan, that we execute. So this way we can make money. It was a huge day inside of chat for us today. Not just one, but two home run trades, Coinbase and Tesla. We're going to break them down. We're going to talk about both. What were the setups, how we traded them, what you can learn from them. So if you see these setups again tomorrow or any day thereafter, you can execute trades on these. And then we'll go over the game plans of what we expect from the big earnings tomorrow. Again, the big ones tomorrow: Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Pepsi, McDonald's. We're going to cover all five of them here on this live stream. So you guys are in store for one hell of a treat. My name is Michael Everett. In case you guys did not know, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but I'm now the current co-founder and head trader of TTG. We are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform available today. If you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place, because 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free, where myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, and special guests drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and market commentary that can help you guys become better traders. So take a moment and smash the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on these live streams. We have an incredible live stream in store for you guys here tonight. Like I said, we got a lot of new people that are on the live stream last night, and a lot of new people that are on the live stream here today. For those of you that are brand new and have no idea who I am or why I should listen to anything it is that I have to say, I did not figure this out on my own. I began my career working for a fund in New York City. It was my very first job at a college. I had to go through a 3-month educational training program where other professional traders taught me the proper way to navigate these markets. Then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession, the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG. And along with my team of 9 professional trading mods and over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, reach their goals of profitability. We actually have members represented in over 100 different countries here in True Trading Group. You see, we're the fastest growing and highest rated platform because we combine university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools. We do live workshops, mentorship on stocks, options, futures, crypto. We also do all styles of trading. So in TTG, we day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing, something for everybody inside of True Trading Group. That university level of curriculum, though, like what I said, is the simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. We paired that with today's top financial tools. These are tools that, plain and simple, give you access to more information so you can make better decisions, so we can increase your chances of success. The problem is they're expensive. $5 to $6 grand a year. That's what it would cost if you wanted to go to these companies directly to purchase these tools. That's a lot of money. I know it. I know it is. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies so we can put their products on our platform at no additional cost to you. So when you join True Trading Group, you get access to all of these tools. You don't have to pay anything extra for them. It's all included. You'll also get access to all of our members. Our members are hands down the most educated, supportive, and successful community of traders you're ever going to find. And of course, you know the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the trading mods that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now, going on the last 3 years. All right. So there you guys have that. All right. So make sure that, like I said, you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these live streams. All right. All right. So guys, we've got a huge week coming up. We've got a huge week coming up. A huge week coming up. We got Amazon, we got Alphabet, we got Meta, we got Microsoft. Okay. You have all these are the big companies. Now, don't get it confused when I want to talk to you guys about this is going to be a big week. I don't care what the earnings from these companies are going to be. Okay. Whether these companies beat on earnings, they miss on earnings, they guide up, they guide down. I don't care. Okay. I don't try to predict what earnings are going to be. I react to them. I think that you have a much higher likelihood and probability of making money in this market environment if you are reacting to economic data and earnings and specific catalysts like this. trying to predict what a company's earnings are going to be as a day trader or swing trader, in my opinion, in this market specifically, is a death sentence. Why put yourself in 50-50 coin flip situations? You have no advantage whatsoever when you are trying to guess if a company is going to have good earnings or bad earnings, give good guidance or poor guidance. You don't know what they're going to guide. It's a complete guess. Yes, sure, it's an educated guess, but unless you are an analyst and you go through this on a regular basis, day in and day out, okay, why try to predict what this company is going to do? Why? I don't like 50-50 coin flips. I like grade A setups, 70 to 75% probability. And in this market environment, sure, listen, there's a time and a place to be predictive, but this ain't it. This is not the market, not right now. In my experience, and we've been using this kind of this mindset and this approach now for the last 2 years, being reactive is putting you in a much better position. Have a game plan for if this, then that type of scenarios. Well, if you have a binary event like a CPI data, right? Instead of predicting the CPI number and try to pretend like you know what you're talking about, anyone that tries to predict like a CPI number, if you get it right, it doesn't mean that you're good or you're smart. It means you're lucky. If you get it wrong, it doesn't mean that you're stupid and that you're bad. It means you were unlucky. Why put yourself in those situations? If I want 50-50 coin flips, I'll go to Vegas. I'll put my money on red or black and we'll just close my eyes and we'll see what happens. That is not trading. That is not what I come here day in and day out to accomplish and to achieve. I'm not looking for 50-50 situations. I'm looking for 75% probability. That's what I'm looking for. You have to understand what it is that you're looking at, and you have to understand how to pivot, and you have to understand how to develop these game plans. That's why we're here. That's why I'm on this live stream with you right now, to go over very clearly and specifically the game plans of if earnings are good, what do we do? If earnings are bad, what do we do? What direction does this stock go? What are the levels we want to be buyers? What are the levels that we want to be shorting? This is where we're going to break all this down for you guys on this live stream. We're going to talk about all the big ones tomorrow. There's 5 of them. There's Microsoft, Alphabet, Pepsi, Visa, and McDonald's. Those are the biggest names that are reporting earnings tomorrow. You also have to understand what it is that you are doing, and you must trust the people around you that they understand it as well. It's more important than ever not to try to do this alone, guys. Being part of a community that you can trust is worth its weight in gold right now, because you only have 2 eyeballs. You can't focus on 1,000 different stocks during the day. It's going to be a very important 2 weeks and a very active 2 weeks between this week's earnings, when the bulk of the S&P 500 reports, half the Dow reports, and then you have, I think you have like 170 or 170 something companies reporting earnings this week. And then you have the Fed meeting the week after. This is going to be an absolute crazy 2 weeks. The volatility is going to pick up. You saw it start picking up today. And that's what allowed us to capitalize on near triple-digit gains on Tesla and like a 75-80% gain on Coinbase. Just a huge move in the markets today. Or those individual stocks. Huge moves in those stocks. It's not a coincidence that every single time that these situations come up, right? Like, depending on what your game plan is with the resource and tools that you have, you're either going to have a good chance of making a lot of money this week, or you're going to possibly lose a lot of money this week, because I expect much bigger moves in the overall market. But it's not a coincidence every time that these situations come up. They've been coming up a lot because this market's very volatile, that TTU members are stepping up to the plate. They're ready, they're prepared, and they're making money in the most opportunistic environment that I've ever seen in my 17+ year career. And don't take my word for it. I'll show you. Members of True Trading Group, if you're making money right now and you guys are becoming better traders, type the $ in chat right now. Again, type the $ if you're making money and becoming better traders. I want to know. And if anyone that's on this live stream that you're not a member, just pay attention to how many people are going to type the $ right here on this side of the screen, because these people, these are your peers. If they can do it, so can you. Why not? They're not smarter than you. They don't have more money. They don't have more time. They don't have more experience. They're not luckier than you. I didn't teach them some special secret chart pattern that nobody knows about except Wall Street. What they have that you don't is simple. A professional education, which is not some stuff you find just going down the rabbit hole on Twitter or Reddit. It is a simplified version of the 3-month training I received when I worked at a fund in New York. Was trained by professionals on Wall Street. They have access to the best Stock market tools available, gives them more information, allows them to make better decisions. And they're part of a community that generally gives a damn whether or not they succeed or fail. That's what they have that you don't. How could you not be excited right now? How could you not be getting dialed in right now? Tomorrow, I already gave you some of the companies that are reporting tomorrow, but then later this week is Meta, Amazon, Boeing. I mean, you have massive companies that are coming out. I'm going to give you guys my outlook, okay? On this live stream, I'm going to give you guys my outlook. We're going to talk about my plan for those 5 stocks reporting earnings tomorrow. I'll go over the levels with you just like we did yesterday. So yesterday, give you guys some very important levels. We talked about some trading game plans, how we're going to make some money. I'm going to give you that again here today for those 5 stocks that are coming out with earnings tomorrow. And we're going to recap for you how we made money today. I don't just come on these live streams and talk about what happened in the past. Now, I cover the trades from today because I think that they're important for you to learn from them so you can understand the setups, understand why the moderators and I did what we did at specific areas, specific prices, start to learn and identify these setups so you can start capitalizing them on your own. But then I want to talk about the outlook on what we think is going to happen tomorrow and how we can start the game plan and prepare to make money from it. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing right here on the live stream. We've got a great fun live in store for you guys. So if you have not done so already, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and let's take it over to the charts. In order to help me with the trade recap on the day, we've got the monster trade of the day, Tesla, the triple-digit banger. Everybody giving ayo to TGG Mod Shy.
Cha-ching! No, I'm just kidding. Hang on.
Cha-ching!
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. How are we doing?
Well. We meet again.
I don't have to ask you how you're doing. I know how you're doing.
We meet again.
It's just like, you're just my sister from the South, right? Are you in Georgia still, just hanging out?
Yeah.
See, I'm up here.
Yeah,
I'm up north. I'm up north. It's just starting to get nice out. You've had nice weather for a while.
Oh no, it's nice. I went fishing. I was fishing last week and trading.
Oh, you went fishing today. You went fishing today. You caught a monster today. Tell us about this trade. This was your top idea today. Talked about it pre-market. Everybody kind of had the game plan. They already knew what they were going to be getting. You tell me, run through this just Tesla setup. What was the setup? What did you see? Why were you looking short? Walk everyone through kind of this trade today. This was an absolute monster.
Well, everybody want to be like Mike, So, I got all my training from TTG and you. So, these setups, I mean, it's amazing just because the more I do this, like the more I can see myself becoming a better trader, right? It's amazing. I've been short Tesla. I think I've been short Tesla since Thursday. So I shorted it on Thursday, Friday, and so I was in a small piece from Thursday and Friday of last week. But it's just been relatively weak compared to all the other stocks and compared to the market. So today, the market opened, we pushed up. That area was the previous day's close. So that was Friday's close this morning. And I just was, I was watching it. We had that huge volume in the morning on the sell-off, right? And then I was looking for a bounce back. And I said, well, if we can't get over, Friday's close, I'm going to short this thing. And I've been shorting it, for the past few days. So I saw as, we pushed, couldn't get over it, took the short. I hopped in the 428, 162.5 puts. And I gave the alert. They were sitting at 290.
Yeah, the other thing too, with when you guys are taking a look at Friday's close with the resistance level that Shai is referring to, you also had Friday's highs, and this is a very small range for something that's as volatile as Tesla. You're talking about a dollar range from Friday's close up to Friday's high, and that's a beautiful level of resistance. Because if you guys also look back to Friday, and I really want to put into perspective for you guys this resistance level that Shai is identifying, because when you look back to, if we look back now, we look at just Friday's action. You can see Friday's action, initial morning high, high of the day, and then the day's close. And then as I go back to Thursday, when you had your earnings gap down, you have Thursday, your initial morning low on your earnings gap down. And once that level broke on Thursday, that's when the stock really accelerated to the downside. And you even had a retest of that level there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon from that break on Tesla on Thursday, and the stock sold off. You bounce back up into it then on Friday, and you can see the resistance level that you had there on Friday. The stock just unable to break above this level. And then today, this morning, it pushes right back into that level. And Shai knows, hey, that resistance level is money. So there's the resistance, and then there's the entry on the put options. And which ones? What was it, Shai? What were the contracts?
162 and a half for this week. So the 428, 162.5.
Awesome. So 162 and a half Friday expiration, guys, at $2.90 a contract. And this thing just got smoked.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, and a simple trade, simple setup, simple trade, stress-free. You know, I had a stop. Tesla is, you know, a little volatile. So I had my stop like 165-ish. Not even too far from where I was. So the risk reward was just there.
Yeah, that's just, and this is just getting short in front of this level, and you see this big rollover, and then where the take profit Shai were what, low of the day?
Yep. So one right before the low, one when we broke through the low. Then I took another piece off at 160, 160.50, because if you go back, that level, we held that level for a while.
Yep.
So I wanted to take a piece off there. But, you know, as I was trying to take profit, it was just accelerated to the down. It was accelerated to the downside.
Yeah.
So I was just throwing my orders out as it was accelerating. And then I think my last, the last big piece of it was like 158, like 158.75, right around there.
Damn near almost caught the bottom.
So almost bottom ticked it. Almost got the bottom of it.
Awesome.
Easy. And this is early. We're talking about, you know, hour into the day, I'm done.
Yeah.
So you could,
literally 1 hour. By 10:30, it was a cha-ching.
Yes.
By 10:30, it was a cha-ching, and just kind of also recognizing just the relative weakness on the name. And it's been weak, guys, ever since it reported earnings, and they had that margin compression. The stock has been weak. Resistance levels have been holding, and just being short back up every time that you push into those resistance levels has been paying off very, very well for Tesla. And this was a big one. And where was the take on the puts was what, 580 or so?
So from 290 to 580, you know, I think they went up to $6. My team, we were in 60s from last week. So I was able to take profit.
I think
from 5.
We're having some you're having some connection issues, Shai. I think you're breaking up a little bit. You sound a little bit like I know you're a sniper trading robot, but you sound like a robot. You sound like a robot a little bit, but yeah, I think we're losing your connection. Or try maybe logging off, and then I'll talk people through this Tesla, and just try logging off and back on and see if that helps it.
I got
but yeah, guys. Yep. So yeah, guys, you saw just a beautiful trade there on Tesla. You know, if you guys made money on the Tesla trade today with Shai, why don't you sound off in chat? Tell me how you all did. Way to go, Chronic bought the 160 puts. Nice job. If you guys made money on the Tesla trade today, sound off in chat. Tell me how you did. This was a beast of a trade. So sound off. Tell me how you guys did. If you guys made money on this today, just like she said, pretty stress-free. You know, the stock really never pushed into resistance zones. Really never pushed into resistance zones. You never really never really pushed into your stop loss area. It's been just a really nice, just roll over there off of that resistance. And this was, trade of the day today. This was trade of the day today with that big drop there on Tesla, taking profits all along the way. So very nicely done. Congrats. Ooh, way to go, Izzy. Izzy caught 150% gain on the 170 put. Wow, great job. Really great job, Izzy. DMC goes, it was awesome. I ran out of contracts. There's never a better problem to have as a trader when you are simply running out of your position because you're taking profit so much that you're running out of shares or you're running out of contracts, whether you trade options or if you trade equities. Shy trades the options. So that's what I'm talking about. She was running out of contracts on that Tesla trade. So just a monster, a great trade. I think she's back now. I think we got Shy back. Oh, she's on her phone. There she is. Oh, no. There she is.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep. I guess
Okay.
Much better. Much
All
better.
right.
Connection's much better.
I live in the country, so
That's all good. We got mentor Catlin made $720 in 1 hour.
Wow.
You find me somewhere else, you're making $720 an hour.
And these setups, and like I said, for those of you all who may not know me or my, I'm not a hedge fund trader. I'm just like you, started off AMC, GME, knew nothing about the market, nothing about stocks. I always thought that they were for people that had a lot of money who did not look like me or talk like me or, or anything like that. And I was able to, join TTG, get an education. I actually started off as a trial member, not even, an annual member. I started as a trial and then became an annual. Then we did lifetime, and now I'm a mod. So, that just, in 2.5 years, I've been able to quit my job and be successful doing this on a consistent basis. And now calling out trades like this, identifying them for myself and for members as well. And that just goes to show, with the right education, this doesn't have to be a guessing game. This doesn't have to be something that you got to hit home runs and you're looking for the next squeeze and the next AMC and GME. You can be a normal person, a regular person, and really just learn how to do this and be able to provide for yourself and your family. Talking about life-changing generational wealth that you can, if you can teach your kids this. This is something that you all, with this market, just given the way people are losing their jobs, the way that, food prices are, gas prices are, you can supplement your income just by trading. Imagine if you made another, $50 a day is $250 a week. And that's an extra $1,000 a month, just by doing this. We're talking about being able to just be profitable and consistent. And then on days like this, you make it $720 an hour.
Sick.
It's madness.
It really is. It's possible too. That's the thing. Like, I think one of the biggest things you guys got to take away from what Chai is telling you is that, she just started doing this 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years.
And you see where she is now. This is possible. It's possible with the right education, the right tools, being part of the right community, and understanding what a grade A setup looks like and saying, okay, there's a 75% likelihood that this stock is going to go down.
Yes. And
put yourself in that position over and over and over again, knowing that even the best quality setup, it's not going to work 20 to 25% of the time. So you've got to stick to your risk management. You got to be disciplined. You can't get blown up when one losing trade. You take your paper cut, you move on, you find the next 75% probability setup, and you do that over and over and over again. You keep playing those probabilities with good risk management, and you can be consistently profitable faster than you guys think. And that's what our platform is geared towards. It's geared towards explaining to you how to identify those 75% probability setups. That's what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York, as well as the risk management and the discipline and the patience that you guys need in order to really just get over those hurdles and stop guessing. Okay, trading is not guessing. Trading is not predicting the future. Trading is about analyzing a setup in front of you with all the information that you have at your disposal and determining the likelihood of this stock going up or down is what. and put yourself on the probability of that side.
And Mike, I really just want to like kind of nail this home because it came to me today when I was trading. I, I've been frank. I've said that I've lost, over $40,000-$50,000 in the market before TTG, and some of that was unrealized gains because I didn't take the profit from AMC and and GME and stuff like that. And so like I've had great success in the beginning, and then I had great losses in in the beginning as well. But to be able to be at a point where I am consistently profitable, I am able to. I know that I know what I can bring home per week. I know that if it doesn't matter what happens in the world, as long as the stock market is open, as long as the New York Stock Exchange is open,
Yes, sir.
I can trade, and people
That's
think
right.
you got to have, all this stuff or all this setup. I'm one woman with one phone and one laptop. That's how I trade. I don't have, a lot of screens. I don't have, a ton of stuff. Really, you really need to be able to educate yourself, manage your risks, manage your losses. I mean, do I have losing trades? Yes, but are they crushing me? No. Am I YOLOing my whole account into things? No, I'm not doing that. But I'm able to come out here and I can tell you for myself, and like this is just not, yeah, I'm with TTG, this and the other. I'm a moderator, but I was talking to Adam today. It's the best profession that you can ever have, because if I wasn't a moderator, I would still be doing this.
That's right.
I wouldn't be waiting on Mike or someone else to make a trade. I wouldn't be just looking for trade alerts. I find my own trades, and a lot of the members, they find their own trades as well. I mean, that's what you want to be able to do. You don't want to have to depend on a Discord group, or I've been a part of some Discord groups, or someone else to be able to do this. You want to be able to do this, and TTG has afforded me the opportunity to do this. It is for you it's people who look like you, who talk like you, who don't have a lot of experience in the stock market or in finance. I don't have a finance background or degree, and I'm able to do this just fine.
Yes, it's so true. I love it. I love it. You're spot on. Eugene says, I can't afford the service, but my hat is off to TTG. Your generosity is allowing non-TTG members to join your live stream speaks volumes about your purpose and your integrity. Thank you to all. Eugene, I feel like, listen, I really appreciate your comments. I really, really do. Those are very, very, very kind words. And I appreciate them, but that's the wrong attitude, man. It's not that you can't afford not to do this. I guarantee you, every person on here that says I can't afford to do this, well, I guarantee all of you have lost $1,000 listening to somebody on Twitter, listening to somebody on Reddit, listening to somebody on some Discord room, and you have no problem putting $1,000 into some trade because someone told you that you don't even know who they are, what their background is, what their education or success level is, and you have no problem putting $1,000 into that trade because they told you it's going to go to the moon. And now here we are.
I've traded them all, Mike. I've traded the Mullins, the BBIGs, the SPRTs. I mean, I've traded them all the meme stocks, because that's all we want to do. We all want to make money, and we want to make it. We want to make it fast, but that's not sustainable, right? When you say having the opportunity or the money to join, like you said, I've lost money following the next big something, like the next big Dogecoin, or the next big, just trying to make it fast. If you make it fast, you lose it fast. We're talking about being able to.
99% of those people lose money trying to chase that.
Yeah,
trying to chase a shiny object, and it's like with Eugene. I just go back to this comment, Eugene, and I got to tell you guys honestly, and I mean this sincerely. I don't mean this in a rude way. I mean this seriously for yourself and for your family. If you cannot afford $1,000 investment into an education, tools, resources to put yourself in a position that you could actually take advantage of the opportunities that are in this market, if you can't afford that right now, you should not be even focusing on trading.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. If $1,000 is kind of make or break for you right now, I don't think you should be on YouTube trying to get stock market advice. There's no shame in that. Like there is no, I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm not trying to demean anybody. There is no shame in that, but you have to look at your situation and say, if $1,000 is make or break for you right now, get other areas of your life in order and take care of other situations, and you have other responsibilities, and get your ducks in a row. Cross your T's, dot your I's. True Trading Group will be here when you are ready. I don't think it's wise for someone that, if that is make or break and you can't afford it, I don't think it's wise for someone to be trying to, mess around in the markets and say, well, I can't afford to join this group, but let me go ahead and try to buy some options on my own and see what happens. You shouldn't be doing it. I think it's a recipe for disaster. Other groups will tell you to spend the very last dollar of money that you have on their product. That is not us. I'm not going to tell you that if $1,000 is make or break for you, yeah, give it to us and join our community. I'm going to tell you, take care of other areas of your life. Good point. If you can't afford 1K, get your financial house in order first. Stephanie, exactly. That is my point, because there are psychological aspects at play here when it comes to trading as well. And if your mind is not in the right place, you're never going to be successful at this. It doesn't matter how good the trader is that you're trying to follow, or how good the analysis is, or the tools, or the education. If your head is in a terrible place and your perspective and your thought process is completely off because your back's up against the wall and you don't have the money to invest in yourself, you're going to struggle. So I'm going to sit here. Like I said, you guys come on these live streams. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what I think you truly need to hear. Like me for it, hate me for it, I don't care. But I'm going to always tell you what I think you need to hear. And I mean that, like I said, no shame in that. But get your financial house in order first. True Trading Group's not going anywhere. Okay, we've been dominating this industry since 2016. We will continue to dominate this industry for many, many years to come. We will be here when you are ready. We have members in over 100 different countries. There's a reason that 78% of our members renew their membership when their membership is up. It's because people are making money. They're becoming better traders. And I proved you saw that before when you saw how many members were commenting.
And Mike, I have a saying that I tell the members all the time. Trading is not meant to consume your life. It's meant to enhance it. So if you're not in a place where, this can enhance your life, meaning that you have other priorities or other things going on, then this is not the time. And I say that even to members who are currently trading, if if this is taking over, your time away from your family, time away from yourself, your physical health, this is something to enhance it. So if you're not in a place to do it, that's fine. Just come back, where you are. But to members who, like I said, I had $3,000 when I joined the trial, and I paid $1,000 to join. So then I was down to $2,000, and I had lost a lot of money. So the key is always like, well, how did you turn $2,000 to to be where you are now? Well, that takes time, patience, and discipline, and you have to be in a mental space, a financial space to be able to do this. And if you're not there, that's fine. Just keep coming to the live streams, keep trying to learn as much as you can. And like you said, we're not going anywhere.
Exactly. Well said. Very well said. Well, Shai, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Everybody wants to be a full-time trader, right? Everybody wants to be a full-time trader. Everyone wants to fire their boss, but everyone is so afraid to spend $1,000, $1,100, even $1,200, even $1,500 to start their own business. Like, that's what you're doing when you decide that you want to become a full-time trader. You're starting your own business. You're becoming the ultimate entrepreneur, where your success and your income level rests solely on you and you alone.
This is the only job. It's not even the job. This is the only thing that you can do, and you can say, like, it is really what you put out of it. The best $1,000 I've ever spent in my life, clearly. Yeah. Yeah, and we've spent it on trips, and if you eat out a lot, you probably spend it on food or whatever. But I mean, I would say this: TTG is not. We're not just here. This is not a trade alert service, right? We're talking about being able to get a proper education, use all the tools, talk to the members, and to be able to do something different. And if you want to do something different, because people always ask, well, Shai, especially on my one-on-ones, what was the turning point for you? And Mike, you talk a lot about this in your trader psychology. And it was really, I tell like the same answer. You have to decide if you want to do this. And once you decide that you want to do this, because you can see, you have the opportunity that's there to make money and stuff. But then you have to decide, okay, I want to do it, but not the way that I've been doing it. So if you want to do this, but not the way that you've been doing it, meaning, losing a lot of money or always stopping out, this, that, and the other, then TTG helps you identify the areas that you need to correct to be able to do this the right way. So it's not just about like everybody wants to trade, everybody wants to make money. But if you really, my turning point for me was that I decided I wanted to do it, but not the way that I had been doing it. And what are those things that you need to correct to be able to be profitable? And that's what TTG gives you. It gives you a fair chance to be profitable in here, but you have to be willing, not just financially, but emotionally and everything. Like I said, I started with $2,000. So you have to be willing to really take those chances, maybe miss some trades, sit down and take a deep look in the mirror at yourself and say, okay, what are my problems? I'm greedy. I don't want the 20%. I don't want the 30%. Or when I get, when the trade goes, I'm a deer in headlights. There's a lot of things that people say. The first three are the same, like FOMO, stopping out, and things like that. Like those are the first three things. Those next three things are indicative of your own personality. I mean, trading exposes you for who you are. And if you want to do something different, if you've seen how much money you can make and you've seen how much money you can lose, if you want to be able to do this the right way, then TTG is the place for you. We have a trial or whatever you want to do. Just come check out the courses. We have people that I listen to the trader psychology course once a week myself, and I'm a moderator because it's different here. You know what? That should be the slogan.
It's different here.
It's different here.
It's different here. Yeah, it's yeah, guys. Everything that Shai is telling you, she's telling you this from total self experience. She started out as a trial member, then became an annual member, then became a lifetime member, and is now a moderator at True Trading Group, all within 2.5 years of first getting involved in the markets with AMC and GME. Like a lot of you maybe first got involved in the markets during that time frame as well. This stuff, bottom line, what it comes down to is that your goals are a lot closer than you think. And if you decide that this is something you want to do, but you got to change the way that you've been doing it. Yep. Going on Reddit, listening to Mambo Jam's Kitty Cat, it's not the way to do it. If that was the way to do it, you wouldn't be here still wishing that you were a profitable trader. If what you were doing over the last 1.5 years was working, you guys wouldn't be looking for answers elsewhere. You would just be focusing on what has been working. So if this is something you decide that you want to do, it's time for you to change what you've been doing previously. I'm interested to see how many people that are on the live stream right now are not members of True Trading Group. Can you guys do me a favor and type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group? If you're not a member, you're new here, type TTG in the chat right now if you guys are not members of True Trading Group. Let me see who we have on here that's not a member. Don't be shy, just TTG. Want to see, get a feel for who we have here. That's not a member. YA, C Mar.
Is that C Martin? C Mar. Yeah.
Hey guys, don't be shy. Okay. Oh yeah, First Republic is starting to sell off, guys. You are getting.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, you're going to follow through, move now to the downside. This is, coming after they did come out with their earnings, and you are getting that move to the downside. So I said the earnings were a beat. Okay, the earnings were a beat, but the earnings were not the concern for First Republic. The concern for First Republic was going forward. Okay, what is the impact of this company going to be? What is the impact on this company going to be following the deposit withdrawals and the run on the bank that this bank experienced? This bank was one of the banks that got hurt the hardest from all the deposit withdrawals, that happened during the Silicon Valley bank crisis. So their net interest income was down 19%. Okay, their deposit flows were down 40% year over year. Okay, and you look at going forward, they're going to say they're going to cut 20 to 25% of their entire workforce. They said their funding sources are down. So like there's going to be obviously concerns there going forward on the revenue that this company is going to be able to generate. It's not, you can't look at their Q1 earnings because that factors in January, February, and March. And the Silicon Valley Bank crisis didn't happen until the middle of March. So you really only had 2 weeks of that deposit withdrawal crisis to impact the company. That's not enough time for you to really see that show up in their earnings themselves. The company was doing very, very well before the Silicon Valley crisis and before the run on their own bank. Now that happened, they saw that mass outflow of all their deposits. That cost them that net interest income. It cost them on their ability to lend out capital and issue more loans and earn that interest. And that's how banks make money. And they're concerned about their ability to do that going forward, which is why they're cutting their staff by 20 to 25%. That's obviously a huge cutback on their staff. It's not being celebrated the way that Meta, when Meta cut back their staff, it was celebrated because Meta got so fat. There's so much fat on Meta that it was like the company is wasting so much money with their staff and their salaries and their overhead that when Meta decided we're going to cut staff, it was celebrated and the stock rallied because now the company's going to be more profitable. First Republic cutting their staff by 20 to 25% is not being celebrated because they were not fat to begin with. Okay. First Republic, it was looked at as, wait, you're cutting 20, 25% of your staff because now you're worried about your ability to generate revenue and income going forward with the deposit withdrawals that you experienced during the Silicon Valley crisis. And that's why the stock is selling off the downside, now down 12% after our
Crash
on the back. Okay.
Hey, Mike, can you do me a favor? Can you take a look at ZM?
Zoom video?
Yeah, they just had this huge surge. Now I'm still looking into it, but it was something about Microsoft and Teams. It happened like midday.
I'd have to look. Yeah, I see it. I see this huge spike at 1 o'clock. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the reasoning was there for that. This is a key support level down here in the mid 60s. This like 64 zone is a pretty big support level. We're now getting back above it. I'd have to see. I got to look into that. I'm not sure. I didn't even see. I haven't looked at this stock in a while. And I can't. The stock's all the way down in the 60s. It's so crazy. It's still in the 60s. But nonetheless, I'll take a look at it, guys. We'll dive in and I'll see if I can find out any information there about Zoom.
FRC is getting crushed though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go hop on a one-on-one, but the Tesla trade banger.
Yeah, congratulations, Shy.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Great job today. Again, members, if you guys hit Tesla, congratulations. Tell us how you did. We love to hear about it. Shy, thanks a lot for coming on and walking us through the thought process, the analysis, and the trade.
Okay. Yeah. And if you hit it, I want to see it in chat. So if you hit on the Tesla trade, I just want to see it because I don't get to see it. So before I go hop on my one-on-one at 5, I want to see if you all hit on the Tesla trade. Just let me know in chat really quick.
Awesome. So, guys, sound off in chat. Tell Shy how she did or how you
Tell me how I did.
Tell her how you did on her Tesla trade. Again, another banger inside of the True Trading Group chat. Joseph says he hit it. I know you had 150% gain from somebody else. Boom. Izzy did it. Grant caught it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Teach 150% gain for Joseph S. Woo! 100 gain for Memphis Street Doc. Cha-ching for TC.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man, that's incredible.
There we go.
Stephanie D. Money trade for Dyer. 80% for Lena. Great job. Awesome. Well, there you have it, Shy. A lot of the fam made some money with you today on Tesla. Great job. Great day. And the fun is just beginning.
You know what? I know you're going to transition to your coin trade, but I hit that one with you, so thank you for that one. And, go Braves.
Go Braves!
Go Braves. Thank you. Thank you all.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.
Awesome stuff, guys. So there you have it. So there is Tesla. All right, so there is Tesla. Guys, what I want to just listen, all of you that are not members here, Adam and I are still going over what we discussed last night. Last night, if you guys were on the live stream, we discussed about either if we were going to move the price of our membership up to around $1,500 for the year, or if we were just going to cut off the annual membership altogether, and you'll have to go through the trial membership first. And then after the trial, you'll have to apply to become an annual member, and we may or may not accept you. Just having $1,100 enough to join the membership or something like that, that's not enough of a criteria for you to join our community and join our group. The reason is because I want people that are genuinely willing to learn a skill and to gather information that can help you make better decisions for yourself and for your family for many years to come. I don't want people that are going to treat the stock market like a casino. I don't want people that are going to just come on and talk about phantom ghost short shares and the stock's going to mother vol short squeeze. I'm not looking for that. There's plenty of other groups out there that would love to take your money and just mess around and do a bunch of nonsense. We mean business here in True Trading Group. We make money. That's what we focus on. That's all we care about. So if you guys are going to come and join our community, Adam and I and the rest of the moderators and the whole team, we put a lot of time and energy into our platform and into our members. We do a lot of one-on-one mentorship. We do workshops constantly. You're not just a number when you join True Trading Group. And if we're going to put in that type of time and energy and effort and dedicate our whole waking lives to this platform and to helping you guys reach your goals and become successful, we want people that are going to give us that type of energy back. You know, Adam, if you're here, if you want to come on and maybe say a couple of things kind of adding to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Adam. I'm Mike's cook. And, you know, I just want to say that, yeah, that is, let's see if anyone notices. That is exactly what it is. You know, we put in a tremendous amount of effort and a tremendous amount of time with our, with our members. We literally eat, breathe, sleep. I mean, everything. True Trading Group. This is what we do. This is our entire purpose. I mean, it's gotten to the point where our members question whether or not we actually have families that we talk about having. You know, it's gotten to that point. And look, we're happy to do it. I mean, it's amazing what happens when you find something that the fact that we get to make money off of this and the people that are here get to have a real shot at bettering their lives as well. I mean, I don't know how it becomes a more win-win than that. I really don't. So yeah, we want to make sure that the people that are going to come on board are people that really want to be here. You know, we want to make sure, because look, the fact of the matter is, we get that, you know, not everybody has $1,000, but like most people that are in the stock market do. Right? Statistically, if you know, most people that are actively trading or actively investing, they could spend $1,000. They could spend $1,500. They can do it. So for us, we don't want to make it just about whoever can spend the money can sign up. We've grown very, very fast. We have well over 10,000 members. We're in 100 different countries, you know, throughout the world. There are thousands and thousands of people on the site active every day. This has become a really active global community of people. And as people continue to do well and make money, this is going to grow, and we want to make sure that the quality of the growth stays sound.
That's right. We maintain a very high quality chat.
Yeah. What we don't want is, we don't want to turn this into a Discord that has like, you know, 10,000 people in chat, all of which are sending memes and shit posts. You know, that's not what we're looking to do. We want to make sure that the people that are here, we're not telling you do this full time. True Trading Group was literally made for people that, you know, that have full-time jobs and responsibilities and all sorts of things. It's not made for people that can sit in front of the computer all day. I mean, you can, but obviously most people have jobs. Most people work. They have families. They have busy lives. We're not asking for hours and hours and hours a week. We're asking for, like, you know, give us a couple hours.
Give me a couple hours a week.
You know, give us more than just send me a pic and don't talk to me. You know, give us a little bit more than that. That's what we're looking for. And like I said, people come on here and they're like, oh, I lost 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000. Well, guess what? If you're losing that much, you probably have $1,000 to spend. So just because you have it to spend doesn't mean that this is the right place for you. We have not decided of what we want to do yet. We're going back and forth. We haven't had time to really go over it the way we wanted to today. But we know that we're going to stop annual memberships for now, for tonight. So we're not going to sell an annual membership tonight. However, what I would encourage everyone to do, if you have an interest in True Trading Group, we have a free trial. Mike will tell you about it. Sign up for the free trial. Join us in chat tomorrow during earnings. Get a sense for who we are, what we do. Mike will tell you all about it, but do that.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do. Just want to over it.
Yeah, just the trial membership, guys. It's free. It's 7 days. It's 7 trading days. So the weekends or holidays don't count against your 7 days. You just go to ttg3.com. That's ttgthree.com. You enter your name, email, phone number. Select yes, I want this. Follow the instructions. Fill out the form, and then you guys can join us for a full 7 trading days to get a feel for what it's like to be part of our community and see how we interact during the day, see how we trade with each other during the day, see what tools are available at your disposal on the dashboard, go through some sample courses, get a feel for the quality of our curriculum and our education. And then you guys can decide if True Trading Group is the place for you, and we can decide if you are right for True Trading Group. But it's a perfect time for you to do it. This is, I think, one of the biggest weeks that we've had in a while with all these mega cap tech earnings.
Yeah.
We have the Fed meeting next week as well. So you guys.
And what we'll do is, if we decide to do the application only for annual membership, what we will do is we will hold some type of open enrollment. However, regardless of that, because we're not going to be selling an annual membership tonight, sign up for the free trial. What we will do is anyone that signs up for the free trial tonight, we will give you a chance to win a free membership tomorrow in chat.
That's exciting. That is exciting, guys. So whoever joins a trial, guys, we will give away a free membership to the True Trading Group platform. You just have to join. Guys, there's no credit card information. You don't have to enter your credit card info. It's totally free. Your name, email, phone numbers, click yes, I want this, fill out this form, and get your butts inside chat. Trade with us for the week. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy this week because of earnings. Next week's going to be crazy because of the Fed meeting. And you have a shot at a free membership tomorrow. Adam is in a giving mood. Take advantage of it, folks. We're giving away a free membership tomorrow. Go to ttgthree.com. Get your free trial. Make sure your name will be then included in that giveaway for the free membership. Good luck, and get your butts in chat. Trade with us and see what we're all about. All right. Again, that's ttgthree.com. All right, guys.
All right, I'll let you finish this up. I got to get home. Have a good one, Michael.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to head back on over to the charts. We're going to go over to Coinbase now. This was the other trade of the day. This was the one that I hit. So Shai went after Tesla. I went after Coinbase. Both of them ended up being monster trades. And let's talk about Coinbase. All right. And like you saw with Shai's trade, okay, with Tesla, very similar type of setup here with Coinbase. And you look at Friday. You look at Friday's close and Friday's low. So there's Friday's close. And then here is Friday's low. And we just push right back up into that area. We flushed it off the open, push right back into it. Once we started to find resistance up in this area. And what really did it for me, and I'm going to walk you guys through this, some volume analysis. I'm already expecting this area to be resistance for Coinbase. Okay. I'm already expecting it. If you look here I'm going to take this over to you guys. I want to show you guys this on the daily chart. If you look at this like 59 level, right? You see this 59 level. Now, this 59 level was Friday's low and Friday's close, but it's also this previous pivot support level from early April that you guys can see here on the daily chart. So you guys see that support level there for Coinbase, right? See that support, support, support. And then it was Friday's low and Friday's close. So I'm already coming into the day today looking at Coinbase to drop to the 100-day moving average. It was one of my top trade ideas in the pre-market session. I told all of our members in True Trading Group that I'm going to be shorting Coinbase today. They knew that that was the game plan before the market ever even opened. So here's that level. I didn't touch this level. The level's right there. It's the exact same level that I just showed you on the daily chart. But what you'll notice is once you broke that level off the open, you saw this big flush candle off the open that confirms the level's broken, and then you bounce back to try to regain it. I want to go over some volume analysis with you because the heaviest volume bar of the entire day on this 3-minute chart came in when we tried to regain that support level, and then it got rejected. So even with this huge surge in volume, that's a ton of buyers stepping in to try to get back over that support level and see if that support level can be retaken, it fails. So when I see that huge increase in volume like that, and you fail to get back above that level, that confirms that that level is now resistance. And I went ahead and I got short inside of this red candle right here at $58.21. Right there. I shorted the stock itself. I shorted the equity. Okay, so there's my entry short on the equity. And then I told members, like I said, whenever I trade in equity, I always give members an option that they can follow along with it. I gave them the April 28th expiration, the $58 strike put. That put was at around $2.50 or so at the time of the entry. And then you can see the stock just completely rolled out of bed. And just the rest, I mean, it's just this thing was so weak today. This thing just kept on dropping. And I just kept taking profits off the table. My first take profit was in front of the low of the day. My second take profit was once we broke the low of the day. We just kept accelerating and took more profits here. And we just continued to work our way to the downside. And we just kept taking profits off on that position as we continued to fall. It's like almost like every 50 cents, 75 cents or so, I just kept taking profit off on the position and then getting flat right before the closing bell for my final take profit, which was right there before the closing bell. So there's the entry, take, and then there's that final take. I'm now flat Coinbase. I decided not to carry the position overnight because my target was reached. My target initially was that 100-day moving average, and that's this pink line that you see on the screen here. You can see previous support right here. Okay, you see this previous double bottom support at the 100-day, and then previous support right there at the 100-day. And then you'll see you used to have resistance there at the 100-day prior to that. So the 100-day was my target. My target was reached, and I took my profits off the table, and I stuffed them right in my pocket. It's the safest place for them. That's good for about a 75 to 85% gain on the put option, depending on where members entered the trade. This was a bit of a fast one. You know, when I got short, this thing started to deteriorate pretty quickly. You can see there's really no green candles in here. So once we got short, I mean, this thing never tested us. It never even went back above my entry price. It just was just boom, boom, boom. I mean, this was just a rollover type of trade, right? Just a complete rollover. And that's the thing about Coinbase. Once Coinbase gets directional momentum, it goes and it moves and it moves quickly. So this was actually a little bit of a quick one. Didn't really give a lot of time for consolidation, or didn't really give too much time to actually get in on those positions. But that's why you got to have the game plan going in ahead of time. This was a beauty. If you guys made money on Coinbase today, tell me how you did. I love to hear when the whole team hits. You had 2 bangers today. Tesla to the short side, Coinbase to the short side. Both of them were absolute monsters. And this is a good trade that you guys can learn from. And so is Tesla. It really comes down to looking and identifying these levels that I just showed you on the daily chart. Find those levels on the daily chart, and then you organize and you create your game plan off of those levels. If you can't identify these levels, you guys don't worry about it. Okay, you will learn how to do all of these things into your trading group. We'll teach you how to do all of these things. Like when I'm sitting here saying, hey, I'm looking for 59 to be resistance. Why am I looking for 59 to be resistance? Well, we already went over that, right? Daily chart. Okay, Friday's low, Friday's close, and then previous support from earlier in April. So between the support in April, the support on Friday, and the close on Friday, that all lines up to give you that resistance level at 59. You broke it. You rallied back. Huge high volume rejection. Rolled it over. Now relying on this level to be resistance, and the stock just shades away from it. It was an absolute beauty. All right, was an absolute beauty. So congratulations, guys, everyone that made money on that Coinbase trade. Congrats, everybody that made money on the Tesla trade. Was an absolute beast. Way to go, Pat. $395. Way to go. $280 for Tree. Great job, guys. Hitting on the Coinbase trade. I love to see it. All right. Remember, guys, go to ttgthree.com. That's ttg3.com to join our trial. Stop missing out on these trades. Get your butts in chat. Trade them with us. Let's go on over to what to expect from earnings tomorrow. Ooh, I'm going to take a sip of water first. All right. Microsoft today really got down and tested a major level. All right, really got down and tested a major level. So if you caught my live stream last night, we went over last night this support level on Microsoft, and prior to that, it was resistance. So you can see flat top resistance and then flat bottom support, right? You guys can see this level right here is around 282. You broke underneath it today. You tailed down all the way to 279 and then recovered. Okay, and then recovered. All right, so guys, also remember, if you join the trial here today, you're going to have a shot at a free membership tomorrow. We're going to give away a free membership. Okay, we're going to give away a free membership tomorrow. You just have to join the trial here today, ttgthree.com. Join that trial. We got Marlon, Andrew, Keika, and Eugene. Welcome. Welcome to the trial membership. You guys all have a shot at a free membership tomorrow. And honestly, the free membership is cool and all, but I think just trading with us during earnings is worth a hell of a lot more than even the value, or not the value, but the actual price cost of a membership if you were to decide to actually become an annual member. But just to be with us this week for earnings, I think is going to be huge. All right, so welcome to the trial membership, guys. Go to ttgthree.com. Enter your name, email, phone number. No credit card is required. It is totally free. All right, so this level we're sitting on here with Microsoft, I do not expect this level to break before earnings. And what you really need to start thinking about is forget about, okay, what the stock is going to be doing tomorrow, because any technical setup that you see tomorrow intraday will be broken down after earnings are reported after the close. So we have to talk about bigger levels, major support, major resistance, not minor levels, because those major levels are the ones that can start to impact. The major levels are the ones that can start to impact and really influence price. I have no idea if the earnings are going to be good, if the earnings are going to be bad. I have no idea what their guidance is going to be. I'm not going to pretend like I do know what they are. I do not have a time machine. I cannot predict the future, but what I do know is what levels I'm going to look to be a buyer and what levels I'm going to look to be a seller. And I am very, very, very interested in if Microsoft gives you a gap up tomorrow because of earnings into the low 290s. I'm looking to get short, and I'm looking to fade the gap up because of this resistance that you see here on the daily chart. It is clear as clear can be. Massive resistance in April and May of 2022, massive resistance in August, and then massive resistance in April this year. So if you get, for example, a situation where earnings are good for Microsoft and Microsoft gaps up to here and gives you something that looks like this, I'm actually going to look and expect for that gap up to fade itself out and then trade back to the downside. I do not think Microsoft is going to be able to break through this level unless they have fantastic earnings, unless they have fantastic guidance. But I think Microsoft stock is too expensive compared to its peers. When you start looking at purely PE and the multiples that are on this stock, it is way more expensive than like an Alphabet. Alphabet is far cheaper. It's way more expensive than a Meta. I mean, it's expensive for good reason, but in this environment, they're going to have to, in my opinion, really, really, really outperform these earnings and really lift that guidance in order to get the stock over these levels. Otherwise, I think it's a fade. And I'm going to try to be short this. I'm going to try to fade it. You may get a technical bounce off of 270. If you get maybe a gap down to 270, you may get a technical bounce off the 50-day moving average and the previous support level from the middle of March. But I'll have to wait to see what the earnings actually are before I make that decision. I'm really more focused on the upper end of these resistance levels to try to fade the stock off of those areas. You may get a gap up on good earnings and the stock then pulls back $4 or $5, and we can really capitalize on that and look for another triple-digit gain if that setup does give us that opportunity. So again, those low to mid 290s, we're going to look to be short Microsoft, depending again what the earnings actually are. Then you have Alphabet. They're coming out with earnings as well. And with Alphabet, I'm going to play this one of two ways, depending on where we gap to. So if we gap up, let's talk about if we gap up. If we gap up, but we're still beneath 109.50, I'm going to actually, again, try to fade it, just like we faded Microsoft, if we're still beneath 109.50, because 109.50 is a very obvious level of resistance. So guys, just draw these lines out. Okay, double top, and then go back even further, and there's more resistance right there. Gap entry from September. So 109.50 is a huge level of resistance for Alphabet. So if Alphabet gaps up to 109, can't get through 109.50, we get short, ride it back to 107. The only way I would look at Alphabet long is if we gapped up to like 111, 110.50, and then look for a pullback to 109.50 to be long for a push to 112. 112 will be the next level of resistance that we focus on. 112, where do we get 112 from? Go back to the left, and you'll see previous resistance from August and September of 2022, and then we'll be short against that level. So that's what I'm kind of looking for there out of Alphabet. Okay, if we're under 109.50, short. If we're above it, long to 112, take profit to 112. And I think you can even flip that trade short at that time. You can look for a situation where long at 109.50, and then if we gap above it, look for pullbacks to be long, push to 112, get out of the long, flip to the short, roll it back down to 109.50. I think that's going to be how that stock trades. If you are still under 109.50 after earnings, I'm going to try to sit on the short and try to fade that. Again, all of this will be dependent upon, though, what the earnings actually are. Huckleberry King and Guillermo, welcome to the trial membership, folks. Huckleberry King and Guillermo, welcome to the trial. I wish you guys all the best of luck tomorrow, as we're going to be giving away a free membership to any one of our trials. The trial is free. There's no credit card required. Just your name, email, phone number. Fill out the form. Get your butts in chat. It's going to be a wild week. Go to ttgthree.com. That's ttg3 spelled out.com. Get your butts in chat. It's going to be a wild and crazy week. We got Pepsi. I think Pepsi earnings are going to be good. I think Pepsi gaps up to new all-time highs. You have this resistance over here on Pepsi that we need to pay attention to. 186.50. Folks, if you gap above 186.50 on Pepsi, look to be long in front of it. Okay, so you can see highs of the day today and Friday, high of the day there in November and December. These are your all-time highs on Pepsi. If you get a gap up on Pepsi, look for that to become a level of support and see if Pepsi pushes to new all-time highs. As a point of reference, you had Coca-Cola's earnings. Now, the thing about Coca-Cola's earnings, and this is what really has me interested, Coca-Cola was not at all-time highs. Okay? Coca-Cola, not at all-time highs. You found too much resistance here on Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a huge resistance zone from 64.5 to 65.5. You got to 65 today and the stock pulled back. So resistance was too big for Coca-Cola. Obviously, direct competitor and direct correlation with Pepsi. Kind of they're one and the same, or not one and the same, but same type of company, obviously, right? But Pepsi is sitting at the all-time high. Now, we added Pepsi in our long-term portfolio here in June. So I'm very, very pleased with the gains on this position from when we added to this in our long-term portfolio in June, also collecting a very beautiful dividend on top of that. But look for the gap up above that level. Look for 186.50 to be support. If there's a gap down, I'm not going to try the long. If there's a gap down here, I'm just going to leave it be. I'm only going to look for longs on Pepsi if we gap above 186.50, get above that all-time high, and look for that all-time high to become a level of support. Next up is Visa. This is going to be interesting because it's going to tell us a little bit about the consumer. But there's a huge resistance level here at 235, guys. I mean, this level is absolutely massive. Look at the resistance there in August. Where can I draw this? Where are you? Okay, look at the resistance there in August. Look at the resistance there in October of 2022. We then pushed back up to test it in February, and then again in January of this year, February of last year, and then again here in the month of April. This is a brick wall resistance level for Visa. I kind of feel like Visa with the consumer, okay, you know, you might be talking about maybe, you know, consumers getting behind on their credit card payments. And I think you may have a gap down that takes you down to the 50-day moving average. And you might kind of sit down there, down around 225 in front of that 50-day. I don't know if there's going to be enough here to break above this level. Earnings and guidance are going to have to be very strong to get over this level. But I'll tell you this now, if earnings are not enough to get you over a resistance level that massive, you have to be short in front of it. Okay. So 235 is a very obvious, massive resistance level. A fundamental catalyst like earnings, if that's not enough to get it through the level, then you have to assume the level is going to hold. And you got to be short and let the stock drift away from it. Okay, you look for these major catalysts like earnings and like news releases to break stocks up and, you know, above and below major resistance and major support. It's usually a fundamental catalyst that breaks massive levels. So when you get a fundamental catalyst and it doesn't break, you have to ride with that level. Okay, so don't fight that resistance level if it doesn't break after earnings. If it doesn't break after earnings, short that level. But if you gap over it with a phenomenal earnings beat, then you got to consider that level broken. Okay, and you can step away from it. All right, so we'll be looking at Visa as well. And then last but not least, you got McDonald's coming up, all-time highs. All-time highs on McDonald's. I mean, guys, this is just an unbelievable stock. It's a stock that's in my long-term portfolio, but I've owned it for a very long time. And you're just drifting here to new all-time highs. Nice little dividend. Previous all-time highs down here around 280. If there's any gap down to 280 or you know, if there's any gap downs to here because of earnings, I think you can maybe try to be long in front of 280. But I think what you really have to be careful of with McDonald's is an exhaustion gap. I think you got to watch out for an exhaustion gap. This stock is up huge already this year. If you get a good earnings and the stock gaps up to like 300, you might get some profit taking on that. I think that's such a big move that you might see some profit taking kick in, and you may just get a little bit of a pullback off of 300. If you do gap up to 300, you may get, okay, earnings were good. You get this big gap up, and the stock kind of closes like that and kind of fades that just a little bit. Just be careful of the exhaustion gap. This is a huge move that the stock has made in the last month. So if you get a big gap up on earnings, you may get profit taking step in on that name. All right. So that's it, folks. There you have it. There is the analysis on the big names tomorrow. We did Microsoft, we did Alphabet, we did Visa, we did Pepsi, we did McDonald's. Those are the big five reporting earnings tomorrow. Make sure you guys are with me in chat, okay, to go through the day, trade through it. Don and Sam will be there. They just joined the trial membership. Don and Sam, if you guys want a shot at a free annual membership, join our trial right now. Go to ttgthree.com. It's totally free. No credit card info required. Just your name, email, phone number. Fill out the form, and you guys are good. You get 7 trading days with us. The weekends and holidays do not count against the 7 days. You get 7 trading days with us. See how we operate in chat. You want to follow some of our trades, talk to members, talk to mods. Okay, see some of the tools that are available to you as a full-time member. Go through the sample courses, get a feel for the quality of our curriculum. You don't have access to the full curriculum as a trial, guys. That would be silly, right? It's totally free. I'm not going to give you access to the entire curriculum for free, but you're going to get some sample courses to give you an idea of the quality of the platform and the quality of the curriculum that you'll have access to as a full-time member. We're going to give you a free one. We're giving away one free one tomorrow, so good luck. Go to ttgthree.com. and get your butts in chat. I'll see you guys all there. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Hope you guys feel better about this upcoming earnings. Those are the big 5 coming out tomorrow. And then obviously you've got Meta, you got Amazon, you got a whole lot more that are still coming out. We'll go over and we'll cover all the earnings with you guys live here this week, right here on this YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Congrats again, members. If you caught Tesla, if you caught Coinbase, monster wins today. I'll see you all in chat tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.